Hello, my atheist and theist friends. Life story time from Austin. Different background. Different hair. It's been about a month and a half, almost 2 months, since I've uploaded a video. Apparently moving to a new town and getting a job. Like right away. Makes you busy. Sure does. But I'm gonna try to give the Quiet Time channel some more love and get some almighty atheist action going on. Some more of the talk show. But I don't know when that'll be. But life story time. Ran out of life stories that I filmed 2 months ago in North Carolina. So, crack pipe handed to me by a dirty, disgusting old man. Crack will fuck you up. Crack will fuck you up. I got $4,000, almost $5,000 from an accident. I was in an accident. And right before I got the money, I met this dirty, disgusting old man and turned me on to crack cocaine. About $4,000 later, I move in with him and his wife and some other crackheads. And I'm dying. Like, dying. And I stopped. Like, after 6 months. Like, in a crack house. I had this older lady, very, very awesome lady, that I was sleeping with at the time. Elizabeth. And she would come and get me. At first, when I stopped, apparently, like, I slept like 3 days in a row at her house. And when you do a lot of crack, or maybe any hard drug, I don't know, and then you go into that 3-day sleep thing, you stink. I smelled really bad. I was told I smelled of death. That it just stank while I slept. I went back and forth between her house and the crack house. Stayed away from it. And so one day she comes and she picks me up. And I go to her house to spend the night. And that day, that house gets raided. And that house was I think it's called a drop house. What it was is there's a lot of Mexican cartel type people in the area of North Carolina that I was living at the time, where this crack house was, and like all the cocaine like funnels through the rest of the East Coast, or at least the immediate area around North Carolina, from this main little rural town, little hick town. And he got raided, like 27 or something, illegal firearms, pounds and pounds of marijuana, a grow op, cocaine, all kinds of stuff. And I wasn't there. I was with Elizabeth. They got out of jail like within like 36 hours. So thinking maybe they made a deal or something. So I never went back to that house ever again to stay with Elizabeth for a while. And I was immature and a mooch. I was a whiner, whined a lot. She explained to me what whining was, and then I started to see it around me with other people, and I stopped whining, and I became allergic to it. That's what I call it. Irritates the living piss out of me when people whine. But I used to be a whiner. But I was a whiner, and I was a mooch, and wasn't doing so good, and I was all chemically imbalanced in the brain. So we had to part ways. So I lived outside for the second time in my life, once again, in the wintertime, like late fall, about to be winter, because I was working with this guy that lived in the next town over, closer to my mom's, that was doing painting. So I started to do painting, and I moved outside so that I could be within walking distance. You know, sun comes up, I wake up, walk down to his house, knock on the door, just getting all ready, and then we go paint houses for some money. And nothing too interesting happened that time in the woods. It was a state park, and wasn't that many wild animals. Really, nobody really messed with me. My tent was like a 3D camo tent. The tent I've always had whenever I've been homeless. It's broken now. I'll tell you about that later. But it looks like a hawk's beak. Cut off the bottom part of the mouth, like just the top beak, and the eyes kind of shaped like that. And it's 3D North Carolina style camo. So I didn't really get messed with much. But then one day, one of my friends comes and visits my mom and finds out that I'm in the next town over and I'm living outside. And things change, which is where I'll leave you. And as always, don't think like me, just think.